It's Saturday, match day, and like football fans all over the country, you're off to the game. You walk to the stadium and squeeze through the turnstiles to get in. You then head to the betting booth to put a couple of quid on your team to win. As 3 o'clock approaches, it's time to take your seat, so you climb up the steep stairs up to the stand that you're sitting in. You might then grab a quick drink or pre-match pie from one of the kiosks, before then walking out to take your seat to watch the game. But what if you can't climb the stairs or find walking difficult? What if you cannot see the betting slip or can't hear the people around you? What if you are one of the thousands of fans across the UK with a disability? That's why I'm here outside Fratton Park, home of League 2 Portsmouth Football Club, to find out how the club are helping their disabled supporters and what it's like to be a football fan with a disability. There are 9.4 million disabled people in England, according to the English Federation of Disability Sport. That's just under 1 in 5 of us. There are many different types of disability as well: mobility, such as wheelchair users; mental issues, such as Tourette's; cognitive issues which affect understanding, such as autism; visual and hearing impairments; and developmental disorders, such as those that affect growth, like dwarfism. The main way in which Portsmouth are able to help their disabled fans at Fratton Park is through the Disabled Supporters Association, or DSA. I spoke to one of their volunteers, Steve Webb, to find out what the DSA is all about.
The DSA in particular has been a driving force in making the club aware of improvements it needs to do, in backing the club in making improvements, in involving the club with level playing field for an access audit, so we know exactly what our challenges are. And so really what it does is it means that inclusion, integration, just genuinely being regarded as a regular Pompey fan, regardless of how you access the stadium, that's what the value of the DSA is really all about.
One of the events that the DSA runs is a Pompey for All Day. It showcases all of the disability services which the club provides, including their disabled teams, like their power chair football side, who are currently in the National League. Their disability teams are run by another organisation at the event, Pompey in the Community, an independent charity. Other companies chose to show off the latest technology or provide fun and games for the young and old attending the event, aiming to teach the visitors about the service they provide and about the difficulties of being a disabled fan, whilst others provided leaflets and information. Several of Pompey's first-team players also came down to meet the fans and sign autographs. Right-back Davies was happy to speak to me about the importance of the event to the fans as well as the players.
It's great for the lads to come down and sort of interact with everyone, and when they told us about it today, then 6 of the lads were sort of straight away said, yeah, they'd love to come involved and see what goes on and put a bit back in if you like. It's brilliant, it gives you a chance as well to sort of have a go at the wheelchairs and everything, and just sort of see how difficult sort of everyday challenges can be sometimes, and sometimes you can take things for granted, just waking up every day, going out and training and that, and then see how difficult some people have it and how good they are and just get on with it. And also, from the lads' point of view, we're proud of them being in the National League and the way they're playing, that's absolutely brilliant. So it's great to come down and sort of put a smile on people's faces and get involved in it.
Pompey manager Paul Cook then showed off his power chair skills before speaking to me about the importance of his players attending community events.
We'd only ever have that at our club. It's important that our players are active not just in the community but in all aspects of community life and community work. It's something that I feel we've lost in football, and at a club like ours I feel we're very much to the forefront of that. Especially being a fans-owned club, it should mean a lot for our players to play for this club.
Steve Webb was very impressed with how popular their day had been.
It was absolutely fantastic. I mean, it was packed. It was packed and packed with smiley faces, and that's the thing. And the other thing, I mean, inclusion, Pompey for all, and people of all ages, from very young some not very young, people with physical and learning disabilities, people who are able-bodied, all mixing in together, all having fun together, all having a really good experience. And I haven't come across anybody so far that has said anything other than it has been brilliant.
One of the services which was showcased at the event was an audio descriptive service which is available at every home game at Fratton Park for both home and away fans. I spoke to volunteer commentator Dan Shaw after the match to find out what audio description is.
Well, audio description just varies slightly away from the radio in the sense that if you're listening to the radio, you find that there's a lot of information going in that isn't related necessarily to what's on the pitch. Whereas with audio description, what we try to do is build a picture in the listener's mind of what's going on and try and focus constantly on where the ball is, patterns of play, positions of players, and really sort of give the listener an idea of exactly what's going on, and even to the smallest details of colours of the ball, colours of boots, things that you don't necessarily hear on the radio. We just try and differentiate from and change and make it a sort of a decent experience for whoever's listening in.
Bennett has won the ball on the halfway line for Pompey and plays the ball across to Danny Holland. Pompey have a chance to come forward down the right hand side. It's Adam McGurk. 3 men in blue in the Pompey penalty area now. Poured towards the centre of the goal. It's headed down, cleared away, still not completely clear as it's gone towards the edge of the area, and Doyle's strike.
The Pompey for All event today has shown me that there's still a real sense of togetherness and community here at Fratton Park. And with organisations such as the Disabled Supporters Association and Pompey in the Community, they have a real chance to lead the way in disabled access in the Football League. They clearly have the ambition, the desire and the incredible volunteers to do just that. James Richardson, Fratton Park, Portsmouth.